good morning again. Thanks ever so much for tuning in. It's another Wednesday. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that most of my vlogs come out on a Sunday, about 6 o'clock in the evening, British summertime. I've, over the last few weeks, been trying to fit one in on a Wednesday. The reason for that is I've got so many vlogs that I've lined up and scheduled to come onto YouTube that I'm now in the middle of, I'm at the end of November, start of December, and I kind of feel like I'm producing enough footage. I mean, I'm not going to be on a Wednesday producing big epic vlogs. They're going to be short ones, I hope. And I thought it'd be really quite a nice, cool idea to watch this scene and another scene. I'll talk you through this scene in a second. Develop over the course of a couple of months. So the scene you saw last week with the two trees that are fighting, which I shot in the snow. I'm going to go back to that quite regularly, and it'll be interesting to see how the leaves of the brambles die off, and then maybe the leaves and the trees die off, and then maybe we get some really wintry conditions. It's raining at the moment, so I'm going to put my hat up a little bit, and that's perfect for woodland photography because the colours are so rich and saturated. Now this is, if I just step to the side for a minute, you can see this scene I've been looking at for several years. I walk my dogs over here quite a lot. They're not with me today because Millie would be chasing after squirrels. I don't have my eye on her. She's a little dash hand, but I'll show her to you at some point. But this scene, I've been working on for a while, back photography, and I've kept saying to myself I'll come back in autumn, and it's just starting to come now, the colours. So if we talk you through what we've got a beech tree here, and you can see that some of the leaves, some of the leaves are turning brown, some have gone yellow, some are still remaining green, and then we've got the lovely fence leading down into the valley, and in the valley, got some silver birch trees, some more beech trees, yep, silver, and there's the one or two oaks in here as well, some bracken on the floor, some lovely leaf litter, which is beautiful, and that lovely old fence. I don't normally include man-made things. Well, actually, I suppose I do. Thinking back on my photographs, I don't mind man-made things that look natural, but that's a lovely little scene. So I'm going to photograph it today. I'm going to call these Wednesday Woodland, for want of a better word, and I will put them in a playlist together. So what we can do after 2 or 3 months is just go back and revisit them and just go, look how the scene is developed. My composition, I expect to say pretty much the same. I can't see myself changing it very much. I've sussed it out on my iPhone quite a few times, photographing it from different places, so I'm pretty much set on where I'm going to set the camera up. But it'll be interesting to see how the conditions change. I've seen lots of vlogs of photographers saying, here's a nice shot, I must come back when the light's better, and sometimes they don't manage it because obviously they're busy with doing other stuff. So, but this particular scene and the one that you saw from last week, I can definitely visit every single week if I'm not away, because it's really so close to my house that I can walk here. So I'd like to sort of do that every Monday, which is what today is, ready for Wednesday, so you can see and we can just watch the scene develop as we go into autumn. So I'll set the camera up, and by the way, Albert's had a service. He's feeling a lot better, so he's working really well. I've got a new camera which you don't know about yet. You may have noticed last week, some of you, if you were watching the Woodland one, that was a different camera to what he usually uses. So I've still got the X-T4, but I've now bought a GFX 50R. So here's the shot, all finished. I've got the tripod up pretty much as high as it will go because I want to shoot down into the valley to keep the sky out. I'm shooting 65-24 as I like to do at the moment. It may change in the future, and the composition's got this beech tree on the right hand side as the main subject, and a fence leads us down into the silver birches and the small beech tree, and the rain is making all the colours saturate. I've got a polarizer on the front though just to help that out even more. So here comes the picture. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next Wednesday for more Woodland Wednesdays.